Hello, Tammy. Let's check in with my robot friend Tammy and find out, is Tyson Foods a good company? What say you, Tammy? Tammy says Tyson Foods has been in business since 1935 and is one of the world's leading food companies. The company has a commitment to sustainability and ethical practices, and in 2020, it was named one of the world's most ethical companies, except for the murder of the chickens. Nobody's asking you, Terry, about those chickens, but I do like chicken. I do like to eat it. I have certainly spent some money with Tyson Foods, and the reason that it's on my radar, hold on, let me show you. Where was I? I was over here. So I was on the old simplyinvesting.com platform looking for, you see on this right-hand column, I was looking for undervalued dividend paying stocks, okay? And I was scrolling through here and I said, hey, there's my friend Valero Energy. But today I'm not in the mood for financials or energy. So I was still scrolling through Lennar. Nope, I don't want any home builders right now either. There's some more energy. So I was looking through here. A few definitely caught my eye as potentials to look at, take a closer look. And one of them was this, Tyson Foods. Okay, hey, I know that company. And certainly one of the rules that I have for myself is if you are going to mess around with these companies, at least know what they do. So I do know at Tyson Foods what they do. I looked over my friends at Alpha Spread. They say that Tyson Foods is currently 43% undervalued. And they're saying, hey, that might be worth $103.08. And it's currently trading at 58.54. That's intriguing. So I take a look at Tyson over here. I look at the last 3 months. We're on the chart, clicked on the chart button, see right there, and then clicked on 3 months. And this shows us, in fact, let's change it from candle to line. Let's change it to the line. And this shows us, so you see that blue line in between all these other lines. So the purple thicker line, that is a 50-day moving average. If you look up here at the 200-day moving average, it is way higher. So the 200-day moving average is way higher than it's currently trading at. And then I looked at the lows, like where are the lows for this? If we look at this box on the left right here, where have the lows been on closing? So closed at 60, 61, 61, 62, 64. Then you come down here where it begins to go down. Closed at 59.98. And maybe these are the lowest, 56.98 and 57.30. So, in my head, I'm like, beep, boop, boop. Okay, keep that in mind. Take a look at the Tyson Foods over at seekingalpha.com. And you can see they haven't fared very well over the last year. And a lot of stocks haven't after hitting some big time highs in 2021. A lot of companies took it on the chin with stock valuations in 2022. And then they continue to this year, even after we had that little run up in January. So I was looking at Tyson Foods, and currently they all have it as a hold, and that's fine. I appreciate their input, but let's look at the dividends. And this goes to what I tried to show you in the previous video on the dividend yield theory, which does state that a dividend paying stock, based on its historic dividend yield average, it will have a reversion to the mean, meaning that it will revert back towards that dividend yield over time. So when you find a company that has a current dividend yield, okay, and right now we have Tyson at 3.28%, okay? 3.28% is its forward dividend. So that's what it's looking to pay this year with a payout of $1.92 for the year per share. So if we look at then next to dividend scorecard is dividend yield. Now, this is what I was hoping to show you with Caterpillar, and it backfired on me, but it made for good video. We'll see. So we look at 4-year average is 2.31%. Okay, there we go. So that according to dividend yield theory, states that these two numbers, the trailing 12 months of 3.21, and then this number of forward, which means 3.28, that's higher than 3.21. So it's even more undervalued than it was the trailing 12 months, and certainly historically. Now, what does that mean for us? That means that I don't mind selling a put on Tyson Foods with the understanding that maybe I'll be put 100 shares and have to spend $5,868 in order to do so. So I look at the numbers over here and I thought, could we find a price that is under what we've seen the lowest close price over the last 3 months? So when we looked at this chart over the last 3 months, we saw the lowest price was what, 56 something? So 56.98. So $57 was basically the lowest that it's closed in the last 3 months. And we know people are going to continue to eat chicken even if there's going to be a recession. So let's look to see some of the numbers. So this is a option. The options on Tyson Foods, they sell monthly. Okay, it's not a weekly. I like the weeklies a little better, but it does sell monthly. So 35 days out on a fairly conservative stock, right? Tyson Foods isn't a stock, as you saw by the chart. It doesn't bounce around too much. It's pretty consistently sideways. So if we wanted to make a trade on a put, I looked here at 55, okay, because a couple of things. One, it was in that range that I like to be at on the delta when selling puts. I like to be around 25 and under. So it's at 21 on the delta, just under an 80% chance of profit, right? And it's paying 65 cents on a $55 strike price. So that will be over 1% return on the money for 1 month. So 65 cents divided by $55 is 1.18% in 1 month. Now, that's not as attractive maybe as the Caterpillar move we made, but we're also looking at a much lower priced asset, right? There's much less risk as far as total capital is concerned in this type of a trade. So 55 is a strike price that we have seen over the last 3 months that it has not gone down to. That doesn't mean it doesn't drop to under $55 today. It certainly could do so. And we've got 35 days until the expiration would come up. So right now, if we book 65 cents, and it may be more, let's look at where the bid and ask is. So it's between 65 and 75. Let's look for 69. So it would be just on the shy side of middle, medium fill, cash secured put, which means they're going to take $5,500 from my settlement account and set it aside just in case this is indeed executed. So there's our $5,500 collateral. It's telling me that it's only in 5-cent increments. So let's move it up then. Let's go back and try for the 70. It may not fill right away, but we will try for that 70 cents and then put $70 into our pocket. It should still fill, I would imagine. Cash secured put on Tyson Foods 35 days out, and it did fill. So now this changes our number, doesn't it? So now we got $70, and we divide that by 5,500, and that equals 1.27. So our return did go up a bit. Excuse me. We can do this trade theoretically just under 12 times a year. So let's just say it's 10 times. So if we're able to do this trade 10 times a year, we would have a return of 12.7%, which, on a very safe company like a Tyson Foods, that's not so bad, is it? So there we go. Wanted to check in with something that actually worked for the dividend yield theory on a company that, according to Simply Investing, was undervalued as a dividend paying stock, and a company that has paid dividend for a long time. In fact, let's take a look at dividend history just to see what's up. So they have paid dividends for 33 consecutive years. So we got that going for us. And for the last 11 years consecutive, they have raised their dividend as evidenced by the dividend payout. So right now they're on board Their next ex-dividend date is the end of May, and they're going to pay 48 cents a share. But you can see what they've done: 46, 44.50, 42, 37.50. So they've continuously raised their dividend payout. And accordingly, though, their dividend yield has gone up recently, which is inconsistent with their history. So what we're looking at as a safeguard is, even if we were put these shares over time, it should revert closer to the 2.31%. But we'll be in on this. We'll be in on this more at closer to the 3.28 in case we are put those shares. So there's a lot of words for excuse me again. There's a lot of words for the Tyson Foods trade, selling the put. And I think I'll probably retire for the day and get down into that basement. I've had that fireplace going for like over an hour now, warming it up for me. I like the fireplace on. I like to, have a little ambiance when I'm watching my basketball, and I'll sometimes even have the lights out. And lady comes down and, why are the lights out? We need to get the lights on. I'm like, no. I like the mood of the fireplace and the television with the basketball cheering on those Boilermakers. Let's go, Boiler up. So Ruth Purdue on today for me, and I will see you in the next video.